guys, so for this video I'm going to show you how to UV unwrap a model that you've made and apply texture to it. So we're going to use the barrel that we found here, and I found a really nice texture for a barrel which is here, and I'm going to show you how to apply this sort of texture, so the two tops and the ground, to a model like this. So first I'm going to enlarge this window and I'm going to go over to the image editor. I'm going to open the image that I showed you earlier, so this image here, which is a pretty large image. It doesn't need to be this big, but it helps for the demonstration. So now I'm going to show you how to UV unwrap this model. So I'm just going to get rid of that for the moment. Now if I just selected everything and press U for the mapping and then press unwrap, it would just go into a cube and it wouldn't look very pretty. So you need to make seams, which I'm going to show you now. So if you click about here, which will make this the top and then that the bottom, and then press Control E, which shows the edges selection menu, and you can click mark seam. You can see that in the 2D view it's now turned a different colour. I'm going to do the same for the bottom. Control E, mark seam. Now if we unwrapped this, it would show a lot better. Now as you can see, this is still can make up a bit funny because we need to add a seam down here as well. So I'm just going to Alt right click any edge, and then I'm going to deselect everything that is inside here, because we don't really want that, because that will mess up our other circles. So I'm just going to deselect everything here and press Control E, mark that seam as well. So now if we press U to unwrap here, then we've got our edge and then that here. And you can see it's kind of gone a bit funny, like the edge has gone awkward. So if we press I think it's because of these edges here. So I'm just going to fix those by actually separating them. I think would be the best option. So I'm just going to click the top and bottom, or even I'm going to show you while lowering the poly count of this model. So I'm going to select all of the loop cuts that I've made to define the model, and we're going to take them out to help with the UV of this model. I think that's all of them. So if we press delete key, and you can press dissolve edges, and that will just delete them out. Now we still need this edge here, but we don't need this one. Really. So we're going to click Alt Shift right click these ones. We can dissolve these. So now we've just got what we need to make the barrel look barrel shaped. And I think we're going to bring this up as well, because I think for this design to work we don't need an edge. So I'm going to dissolve these, and I'm going to make these match and then go in a little bit. And I'm just going to fix these just to fix the shape a bit better. I'm just going to fix that. So that makes this fit a lot better for the model that we have. So now if we work from this, that's why that's not working, because we've got this mesh here. So if we Control E to clear that, and then we can clear this as well, and then Alt right click, mark that as the new seam, and then do the same down here. And then I think we can even dissolve some of these edges as well. Dissolve edges here, and then we can even probably dissolve these, yeah, and then dissolve those. Dissolve edges here, and then dissolve these. Dissolve edges. I think that helps a little bit better. I think we can even get away with dissolving some of these, or dissolving all of them. So that's now down to 300 vertices, which was originally on 38, I believe. But if we select all, unwrap, that should look a little bit better. The bottom's still wonky. I think that's because of these edges here. If we just shrink them a little bit to give that bit more diagonal, and now it's these. I think it's just a matter of giving them a bit more of an angle to work with instead of being completely parallel to each other. So if we just fix those a little bit, damages the overall appearance of the model, but in the end I think it works a little bit better to do it this way than any other way. I think in this it has the one in the middle, so I think for now we'll leave it as this and then add, or even just bring everything up just to suit the models, the texture a bit better. You don't have to do this, but I just think that it will make the entirety of the model look a bit better. So if we just loop cut here and bring that out, bring that up a bit, and then we'll do the same as we did in the previous video, but instead we're going to scale it down so it fits the shape a bit better. I'm just going to bring these up to narrow them down a little bit. It looks a bit more like that. So now we can go ahead and unwrap that. And then we'll just have to straighten this up as we go. So I think for now we can, if we click in this menu, we can just move this out the way. So now we're going to move these and we can scale them. We can move them around and scale them as we need. So I think I'm going to scale these a little bit smaller than the actual shape because these aren't rounded like the template is. But I'm just going to show you with these for now. So if we go into the node editor, we can just add a simple material. Click use nodes and make sure you're in cycles for this. So if we delete those, we already have a material, but we can select add, or we can go shift A, and you need a material output, which if you start in cycles it will come with it, and it'll also come with a diffuse node plugged in here. So if we just go and render quickly, the light's around here, but it just shows up as white. If I just move the light around, there you go, now you can see it a little bit better. So it shows up as white. Now if we wanted to add a texture to this, we'd have to go shift a texture and image texture. Now if we drag that into the colour output, you see that it turns pink. But if we open our barrel texture, you can see now it goes a little bit funny, and the bottom seems to be doing its job a little bit well. But to make that work a bit better, we can go into input, we can click texture coordinate, then click the UV, put it down here, because then that will just make sure that that follows, move that over here, that follows the right area. Which I think we can swap them over, because they're in, that should be on the top. So if we just click tab, we can switch these. If I just move that over, we can drag that here, and drag that here. Now if I just change this to a sunlight quickly so I can change the area a little bit quicker, you can see here that that's on the top and that this is on the bottom. We've still got this to figure out, which won't be as difficult as it looks, really. So I'm just going to go into here and click texture view, just to make so we can see without the sun where we're going. So even that could do with a little bit of tweaking, I think. Which I think I'm going to do by selecting these and bringing them out a little bit, because this is where the loop cut is. So if we bring this out, it will help pull that in as well. So if we do the same for the bottom here, bring that to about there. I think we need to sort out where this is going. So we'll just select these and rotate it around so those pins are on the points. I think those bolts are going to get in the way from where we are at the moment. Okay, we'll see if we can figure this out. So if we can click this and scale this out, that messes with that. Okay, we'll use a subsurf to fix this. So we just do subdivision surface, that rounds off the edges, but it still keeps the low poly as it is. So that makes that look a bit more rounded. Now to fix this, which we can go in, we can rotate this on 90 just to help put it in the right direction, and just scale it so we've got the right idea of where we're going. I think for this we're going to have to fix these one by one. So if we just scale, like S to scale and then press Y, because it only goes X and Y, and then press 0, we can fix them. So if I just do that quickly. So now I've got this, which doesn't look all that appealing on the mesh itself at the moment. But if we bring these up to where they belong, as you can see, this is gone, this is upside down. So if we press S, Y, and if we press -1, it'll just flip it upside down, which will help edit the mesh a little bit easier. So we just bring all these up to where they need to be. And that's there. the moment I'm looking at where the placement is to work. Like even we could probably go like this to see where we're facing. So that's them faces here. And then if we press them all, we can find out where we are. So this all needs to go up. So this all needs to go here, and then we can just scale that into place for now. Which puts it in the right spot. So I'm just going to finish that with the rest of these. I think for this sort of thing, it's just a trial and error about how you place. Now, we're going to probably have to straighten up the sides as well, so I'm just going to go ahead and use, I got that done. Now I'll leave that for now, just so it's easier. I'm just going to now we can even, if we wanted to, they separate into two different meshes. I haven't added a seam anywhere. It's peculiar. Oh well, shouldn't happen, but if it does, you can just press C and select them all. Now I'm just going to scale these along the X to line up with the texture that we have. And there we have it. It's a little bit rough around the edges because it's a low poly model, so that's to be expected. We can probably add these back in and define it a bit more, but that's not necessary for a game model, to be honest. Just gonna sort where this is placed, because to me it looks a bit off. There we go, that looks a bit better. Probably move that. And that works as well. So now we can bring this down. And there is our barrel, which is fairly simple if you have the patience. So now I'm just going to set up a scene just so we can see where we're going. Just to make a nice render, which I think here looks nice. So I'm just going to preview that. So now if we add a plane, scale it up, just act as our floor, back a little bit. Look, I think that looks nice. So now we can just render this out. So here we are back with the render, and as you can see it's come out pretty nicely. I mean, there's still curves around the edges where the shader is, but other than that you can see where the barrel's rims are, and you can see where the wood is, and you can see the top. So that concludes this video, and thanks for watching.